Before the FBI launched the 10 most wanted list in 1950, dangerous gangsters and killers were typically known as public enemies. These famous fugitives from justice included criminals like Babyface Nelson and Bonnie and Clyde.
The term public enemy number one was something that popped up in the media, certainly most associated with the 1930s and the Al Capones and the John Dillingers and those characters. It's not a term that the FBI really used.
The term the FBI does use is most wanted, and the number 3 fugitive in our countdown would qualify as a brutal gangster in any era. James J. Whitey Bulger. Reward $2 million.
Whitey Bulger is the most vicious, calculating, psychotic killer that I've ever encountered.
Mobsters live and die by a code of violence, but it's unusual for an organized crime figure to end up on the list.
The FBI's list is for people that are on the run. Mobsters usually don't go on the run. So that's why Whitey Bulger is a very interesting, unusual case.
Officially, the FBI treats everyone on the list as a top priority. But in the case of Whitey Bulger, the Bureau clearly has a very personal score to settle, and the reason cuts deep into the heart of the FBI itself.
At any given time, we have at least 6 full-time investigators whose full-time assignment is to locate and apprehend James Bulger.
Whitey Bulger's journey to the top 10 list starts on the streets of South Boston. Southie, as locals call this predominantly Irish neighborhood, is an extremely tight-knit community. In the 1950s, Bulger is convicted for a series of bank robberies and does time in Alcatraz. After his release, he's determined to rise up through the ranks of organized crime.
He came back to South Boston, and his mission was to outwit and outmaneuver and outmuscle any other criminal elements that were in this area at the time.
Through the 1970s, Whitey establishes himself as a key player in Boston's Irish Winter Hill Gang. He muscles in on any illegal activity that can make him a quick buck.
Loan sharking, extortion, murder, money laundering, drug trafficking, everything.
On the streets of Southie, Bulger gains a reputation as a brutal and sadistic gangster.
Whitey always hurt people. He'd like to beat people down. He'd like to have them on the floor. He'd like to have them crying.
Former mob soldier Patrick Nee knows Whitey's dark side all too well.
He thoroughly enjoyed it. Whitey needed people shaking in their boots.
But like every successful mobster, he learns to keep a low profile.
Ran his operations in a very disciplined way. Didn't really have any vices such as drug use, drinking, gambling, really anything.
Bulger surrounds himself with loyal Southie thugs like Kevin Weeks.
I consider him a friend. I consider him a mentor.
For years, Weeks was a Bulger confidant. He witnessed the violent mobster in action on many occasions.
He killed people in all different ways. He shot people, shot them in the head, stabbed people, beat people with bats. He'd run someone over in the car. Whatever suited him at the time.
Boston's Irish mob operates numerous successful rackets, but the FBI is more focused on taking down the city's Italian mafia. In 1975, an FBI agent named John Connolly sets up a secret meeting with Whitey Bulger. Like Bulger, Connolly grew up on the streets of Southie. They even knew each other from childhood. Connolly asks the rising Irish mob leader to become an FBI informant and provide information on the activities of his Italian rivals. For Whitey, it's an amazing stroke of good fortune. He helps the FBI bring down his enemies, and in return, gets a powerful connection inside the Bureau.
It was a perfect symbiotic relationship. He used the FBI as his personal hitman and personal force to get rid of all his enemies.
Agent Connolly takes the deal a step further. He secretly agrees to shield Bulger from any investigations. Because of this high-level protection, Whitey is able to take over the Winter Hill Gang and become the most feared Irish mobster in Boston. Coming up, Whitey Bulger's empire unravels.
There was indictments coming down on Jim Bulger.
And later, one of the largest bank heists in U.S. history.
He said, "You must do what I tell you to do, or I will shoot you."